All right, so I don't have the tripod. I keep forgetting to tell Andrew where it's at. I have no idea where it's at. I don't even know if it's my tripod or his tripod. I think it's my tripod with his like top attachment, so it's our tripod. And even if it's mine, it's ours because that's just how it goes. Um, but today was a good day, a really good day, busy day, good lessons. Everything went good. Office was super busy. It's been a busy January at the gym. Every single class has been packed. The kids Muay Thai, kids Jiu Jitsu, the judo classes. I feel like every class has been packed. And it is January, so you know it's expected, but this is like, I don't know, it's like all of our kids have consistently been showing up. Every single class that was sort of slow has picked up like double, maybe even triple. Not triple, that's, whatever's, it's been a lot. The teens class yesterday was huge. We think, if I remember right, I think our max for the teens class at a single class was, I think, 34, and we had 32 yesterday. So that's good, and it's being a lot more consistent. So that's always good when the classes are consistently packed. Always good. I can't complain. I love it. And today, me and Alberto picked up Robert Drysdale from the airport. We went to go eat dinner, and that was really good. I didn't expect that to happen. I mean, I knew he was coming over. Going out to dinner with him was super nice, very nice. A good like Argentinian steak place. The steak was fire. That's apparently Alberto's favorite place. I wasn't sure what to expect, if it was gonna be like super fancy or like whatever's or what. This place was like really in the middle. It was next to Foreman's Whiskey Tavern. I only know that because, or like noticed it because Yishin loves that spot, and like Yishin goes there a lot. Arturo goes there a lot, and I've been invited there a couple times. And anytime I go to that area in Studio City, I always realize I don't go to that area a lot, but I've been there enough now to know that it's there, if that makes any sense. But anyways, it was a good spot. I didn't realize that that steak spot was right next to that tavern. I never even really looked at that spot. So going in there today was very nice. The dinner was nice. We had a lot of good conversations. Anytime we go out at all, whether it's with Alberto or friends, it's always going to be good. But this was just, it was real nice. It was real nice talking to Robert and getting his perspective on things and hearing him talk about a little bit of the history of him in Brazil and jiu-jitsu and what he thinks and like what he's planning to do with his future. I'm not gonna, I don't know if some of it's private or a surprise or not, but I'm not gonna say anything. If it comes out, it comes out, but it's not gonna come out of my mouth. All I know, it's good, and I'm not saying like it's like a secret and like a bad thing. It's just one of those things that we're having conversation, and it's just nice. It's just nice. It was really, really nice. It was longer than I expected. I didn't think it was gonna be a short dinner, but it was just really nice. It was really nice. Shout out Robert Drysdale. Shout out Alberto for letting me step in with them and have a nice dinner with them. That was really nice. But I'm excited. Tomorrow we're having a podcast with him at 10 a.m. And then he's going to have like a little mini seminar. So if you happen to watch this and you don't know, now you know. Tomorrow, Friday, 12 p.m., Robert Drysdale is going to be at Legacy, and he's going to do an hour and a half seminar. It's going to be really nice. He wasn't sure what to show. I suggested guard. So let's see if he shows some cool guard stuff. Um, we've had a lot of good seminars in the past. We've had Hoist Gracie, Leo Vera, Lovato, Sal Ribeiro, Mika Gaval, Sarah Gaval, and so many others. Henry Akins, Jeff Glover, and almost all of them, even the ones I was with when I was a white belt, like Henry Akins and Jeff Glover, there's still parts of that seminar that I take with me and I remember. Like even the Henry Akins seminar, that's when I was a white belt, maybe an early blue belt, but I'm pretty sure I was a white belt. And he didn't show anything crazy. He showed like a guard break and like posture in the guard. And even if he showed anything else, I don't remember. But I remember a specific detail he showed us when you're in someone's guard, just to make it a little bit more uncomfortable for the person trying to close their legs. And it's something as simple as like tucking your hip in. But that's something that I took with me and I use till this day. And it's insane just looking back at all the seminars that we've had throughout the years and how I don't remember everything. And I didn't expect myself to remember everything. But I could still take a part of it or a piece of it and keep it with me till this day. And like that's a piece of information that's gonna stick with me for who knows how long. And that's something I tell my students all the time, whether they're a blue belt, purple belt, or white belt, is try to change up the way you see training, because, especially if you're a white belt. But this goes for anybody. If we go in class, we show a technique, and then we circle up and maybe show an add-on or different techniques similar to that, and then we drill it a little bit, and we circle up usually one more time, and we show another few steps. And when you total that, that's about like, I don't know, 9 steps, 8 steps, 10 steps all together with all 3 variations of that technique or 3 separate techniques. And it can be overwhelming, especially as a white belt, where you don't know what to take in or not take in. If you try to remember all 9 steps or 3 techniques, you're gonna remember nothing. You're gonna remember nothing. So if you're going into training and you want to switch it up a little bit, focus on 1 detail, 2 details, maybe 3 steps that you could really figure out if you could adjust your game with, or what sticks with you the most, and just keep that. Everything else you still want to learn and drill, but don't worry about it. Just take what you can and take what you could retain and what you could really add to your game, and just keep that. That's the best part that I do when I'm doing seminars, or not doing seminars, but when I'm at a seminar and I try to remember the technique. Nowadays, though, my head's racing a million miles when I'm watching a technique. So now when the last seminar we had was Mika Gaval, he showed, a closed guard setup where if they put their knee in their butt, you just tilt out a little bit and get a sweep. Basic sweep, you think nothing of it. Then he adds 2 grip breaks into like a cross arm where you break them down. And then he shows what happens if the shoulder's on your body. And then he shows what happens if your shoulders, their shoulders across the body a little bit more square. So he shows like it keeps stacking up into different dilemmas depending on what your opponent does, and it's a lot. So if you're a white belt at that seminar with the Mika Gaval seminar, that's a lot. So don't try to remember that. Just remember the grip break or whatever applies to you or whatever you can remember. But again, with me watching that Mika Gaval seminar, where I'm at now and how different my skill set is now, I remembered everything. And not only did I remember everything, but I knew I was gonna forget. So as soon as the seminar was over, I went to the back room. I got someone to record me, and I got an uke, and I demonstrated to myself on my camera what he just showed as best as possible. So where it's in my head fresh. Because if I didn't do that, if I didn't record myself, if I didn't verbally say what I just learned to the camera, then I would have forgot a lot. But because I did that when it was fresh, I now remember everything. And then that day, I showed it in my class. The following day, I showed it in my class. And then throughout the next 2-3 weeks, I showed bits and pieces of that to my students when I have private lessons. And in doing so, I understood more details of why he explained certain things or showed certain things that he didn't actually explain. Like, he didn't explain why he grabbed something a certain way. He did, but not in depth, or like, because he's doing a seminar and he's got to make it a little bit simple. He can't get into full details about everything. But point is that, like, I wouldn't be able to do that as a white belt, a blue belt, and like maybe a purple belt. I wouldn't be able to do that. So don't think that you could remember everything, and that's okay. Don't try to over commit to anything, because then you'll lose it all. So just a little bit of advice: if you are going to do a seminar or you're just doing a basic class for the day, don't try to remember everything. It's not going to happen unless you got it like that. Unless your brain works like that, then forget what I'm saying. But most people forget a lot, especially new white belts. They're just overthinking a little bit too much, and there's too much going on for them to not only remember each step, but to understand why each step is happening and the purpose behind each step. So it just don't. Like, again, like that Henry Akins seminar, I don't even remember what he really showed, actually, but I remember very vividly that he showed that one detail, and that one detail I use till this day. And it's been years since that seminar. Same thing with the Royce Gracie seminar. I know he showed a lot of like basic self-defense stuff, old school Gracie, old school Royce Gracie stuff, that most might see as like, oh, well, this is it. This isn't super flashy. It doesn't have to be super flashy. And even with that, I don't remember everything in detail what he showed, but the details that I do remember, I still use to this day, and it's just amazing. So whether you're at a seminar, class, or just rolling, or you're not sure if you learned anything or not, just take one thing home, whether that's in technique or rolling. Just take that home. And I think that's, I don't know, I could ramble on, and I probably went in circles about that, but I think it's a important detail. And yeah, I do go in circles a little bit when I talk, but that's just how I work. And my students know I love yapping, and I tangent a little bit too much because I make way too many connections in so many different things, and sometimes I lose them. But if they give me enough time and they give me a grace period, I usually wrap back around it and it makes sense. But yeah, besides that, good day, amazing day, great dinner, great day, good work day. I cannot complain. We were talking a little bit, and like, we get to do this. I get to do this, and I appreciate everything I'm able to do, and I love it. I love it. And again, like, even with these videos, I can't say how many times I said I was going to post every day. I'm totally not. I'm going to try to post every day as much times as I can. If I miss a day, so be it. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, as long as when I am ready to post, and I'm gonna post, I do it. That's, I think, what really matters is just trying to stay consistent, and that in itself is being consistent. You could have a bad day, you could slip up a little bit, you can make a mistake. It's all good. Don't let that shut you down. And that's definitely a problem I have personally. So just take it from experience on my end. Take advice that sometimes I don't take myself. In if you slip up a little bit, don't self-sabotage and make it worse and make an excuse. If you fuck up on Tuesday, don't say that you have to, okay, well, the whole week's ruined and I gotta restart Monday. Try your best not to do that. Take it day by day, class by class, whatever it is. Don't focus too much on what's ahead of you or around you. Focus on what's in front of you and take it step by step, guys. That's something I need to do. I feel like I'm talking to myself when I say this, but if it helps, good. If you're listening, thank you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, and thank you.